Hello guys, welcome again to other webinar for you. Primero que nada, jóvenes, antes de comenzar la clase quisiera felicitar a todos aquellos que pudieron puntualmente entregar sus actividades del parcial anterior. Les invito a todos, por favor, desde ahorita, desde este inicio, a que si tuviesen alguna duda, alguna pregunta o algo que agregar referente a los webinars o las actividades de clase, por favor contáctenme, ¿vale? Es muy importante que mantengamos siempre el contacto, ¿vale? Si ustedes no me contactan, no me avisan, no me solicitan, pues también para mí es un poquito difícil, complicado el poder suponer situaciones referentes a su contexto o situaciones que puedan estar pasando. Entonces, por favor, si tienen alguna duda principalmente con la clase, bueno, contáctenme si necesitan alguna solución, alguna consulta puntual, resolución de dudas, contáctenme, ¿vale? No olviden que tienen mis contactos, están en Classroom, para que ahí mismo puedan en ese instante contactarme, preguntarme o solicitarme cualquier cosa. Con mucho gusto estoy para servirles a todos, ¿vale? Quitémonos los pretextos un poquito y pongámosle más empeño, más actitud, ¿vale? Very good. So we are starting right now with the first topic of this second partial. If you remember, in the first partial we were talking about a specific topic that is text types. And actually we checked some of them. We could analyze the narrative text and the informative text. Today we're going to check other kind of text or other type of text that is called descriptive text. Descriptive text. As you can guess, this kind of text has purpose. What is the purpose, or what is exactly a descriptive text? Well, a descriptive text is a text that describes, obviously the name says, a particular person, animal, place, or thing. You write, or actually you read descriptive text when you want your readers, or actually you, to picture what the description is, okay? So it's really easy. Descriptive description. Purpose, well, as I said, to describe person, thing, or a place in a specific. Remember that we usually use the adjectives to describe things. But obviously this is not all, but we can introduce this using appearance adjectives, color adjectives, shape adjectives, time adjectives, and material adjectives. It's really, really important to this that you know as many adjectives as you can remember, okay? What is the generic structure of descriptive text? Well, as the other text types, the descriptive text has a similar structure in most of them. The first part of a descriptive text is the identification. This part introduces where or who the subject being described is. For example, we have right here a little text. And the first part, the identification, we have an introduction about, in this case, the place. The second part of a descriptive text is the description. And this part shows the detailed description of subject. It may include the information about the appearance or qualities of. And we can find this text something similar like this. I'm going to read really fast the text for you. It says right there, Borobudur is one of the historical buildings in Indonesia. It is considered to be the world's largest Buddhist temple for its size and height. It is located in Magaleng, Central Java. Not only it became a well-known tourist destination to a lot of travelers around the world, Borobudur Temple is also included in UNESCO list of World Heritage Site. Borobudur Temple consists of 6 square floors and 3 circular floors which arrange accordingly and make it to be stair-like ladders that you have to climb one by one to reach the top of the temple. In the middle of the floor, you will find a small stairwell with couples of stairs connecting each floor that you can use as a passage to go to the top. On each level of the floor, there are a lot of relief panels and Buddha statues spread around it. Based on the data, there are 2,672 panels and 504 statues in total. There is a dome located on the top center of the temple and is surrounded by 72 Buddha statues, each seated inside of perforated stupa. It is said that if you place your hand into the stupa through one of its holes and you can touch the Buddha statue, you will be able to make one of your dreams come true. Interesting. Remember that this kind of text, obviously we can find a lot of topics, or we can describe actually person, things, animals, or places. In this case, we are describing a place located in Indonesia. We're going to check other important stuff about this kind of text, matching with this example. Language feature of descriptive text. Most of the descriptive texts use simple present tense, use adjectives and adverbs most of the time, and it's commonly to use the present passive voice. We're going to try to remember this grammar. First of all, they're using simple present tense. Remember that the simple present tense is composed by a subject, a normal verb, and if you want to add an object and adverb. It's really important to the reader and the writer to remember that the third singular person commonly uses an s or es at the ending of the verbs. You can find objects and adverbs in both examples. We're going to check some examples in the text. We have right here, for example, Borobudur is one of the historical buildings in Indonesia. Simple present. Not only became a well-known tourist destination to a lot of travelers around. That is simple present again. Borobudur temple consists of 6 square floors and 3 circular floors. That is simple present again. If you place your hand into the stupa thought, one of the hole, and you can touch the Buddha statue. That is again simple present. Using adjectives and adverbs, we're going to check some examples on the reading. Historical, well-known. These are examples of adjectives. Remember that adjectives are words that describe things. Es muy importante recordar que los adjetivos son aquellas palabras que van a hacer la descripción puntual de las características del sujeto. It's really important to remember that we can use adverbs. For example, in Indonesia, in Magaleng, or in UNESCO, we are using in to describe the position of this thing. on each level. For example, we are using other verb to indicate or to describe, in this case, the Borobudur temple. On the top center, it's other one. Very good. It's commonly to find a lot of grammar about present passive voice and this kind of text. Remember, the active voice is subject plus verb type 1 or normal verb plus object plus a verb if you want. We can change the presentation of this text starting by the object, and it's really important to use the verb to be and the past participle verb. It's really useful to use by and the subject and the adverb and the last places. We're going to check some examples. It is considered. You notice we have in this case the object, verb to be, and the past participle verb to describe. Borobudur temple is also included. Again, we are using the past participle verbs as adjectives to describe, in this case, Borobudur temple. There is a dome located. There is a dome located. Again, object to be and past participle verb. Is surrounded by 72 Buddha statues. Do you notice? We have right here an example using by, to be, and past participle verb. Okay? That is a useful way to describe things using the passive voice. La voz pasiva comúnmente se utiliza para hacer descripciones. Su regla gramatical es empezar por el objeto, luego, siempre ocupando el verbo to be, puede ser en presente o en pasado, y en este caso se utilizarán verbos en participio para de alguna manera describir de manera más puntual la cosa que está siendo descrita. ¿Ok? Pero entonces es muy casual entonces encontrarnos siempre en este tipo de textos gramática de presente simple, un uso muy puntual de adjetivos y adverbios y nuevamente repito, el passive voice o la voz pasiva para la descripción puntual. ¿Ok? Entonces esas son las características que suelen tener los verbos de tipo descriptivo. Y así es como fácilmente nosotros podemos identificarlos cuando se trate de leerlos o podemos inclusive escribir un texto descriptivo, ¿vale? Vamos a checar un último ejemplo muy puntual para poner en práctica lo aprendido de esta lección. We're going to read this interesting text, and it's a Main Moon Palace. Main Moon Palace is a tourist destination in North Sumatra which has historical and cultural values located at Kalambrigjen Katamso, Aur Medan. This palace is iconic to Medan. The building stands on an area of 2,772 square meters, it's really big, and is the heritage of the Delhi Sultanate. It was designed by an Italian architect and built in 1888 under the rule of Sultan Mahmud al-Rashid Perkasa, the Sultan of Delhi. The palace has stunning architecture. It combines Islamic, Dutch, and Malay architectures with a dominant color of yellow, typical of Malay. This two-story building is divided in three parts, namely the main building, left and right wing parts. It is supported by 82 octagonal stone pillars and 43 wooden pillars. The first floor displays antiques such as old furniture and ornaments, while the second floor is used
as the residence of the Sultanate families. There are 13 rooms on the second floor, 7 of which are in the main building, 3 rooms in the left wing part, and 3 other rooms in the right wing part. Remember, it's important that when you are reading, identify new vocabulary for you. Es muy importante también, y hago la mención, siempre que estemos tratando de leer un texto en una segunda lengua, muy importante tratar de identificar el vocabulario desconocido o inclusive tratar de relacionarlo con el que ya conocemos, ¿vale? Una sugerencia para la lectura. But I have some questions for you. Number 1, what is the purpose of the text? I have right here 5 options. A, to relate Delhi Sultanate. B, to entertain readers. C, to describe Maymun Palace. D, to describe a palace architecture. E, to relate a present trip to Medan. If you want to pause the video, do it and try to remember or get back in the text. Remember that the principal purpose of this kind of text is describe, so I have 2 options for you, C or D, but exactly what the text is describing. The Maymun Palace or a palace architecture in general? Well, the correct answer is C, to describe Maymun Palace. The text is about Maymun Palace description. I have other questions for you. From the text we know that A, Maymun Palace is the heritage of the Delhi Sultanate. B, Maymun Palace was designed by the Sultan of Delhi. C, Maymun Palace covers an area of 2,727 meters squared. D, Maymun Palace is a 3-story building with 2 main parts. And E, the visitors can see antiques and the second floor of the palace. What is the best option for you? Try to pause the video and analyze the text. We have right here, in this part of the text, it says the building stands on an area of 2,772 square meters and is the heritage of the Delhi Sultanate. That is the best option. I have other questions for you. Number 3. It says right there, the line, it combines Islamic, Dutch, and Malay architecture. This is located in paragraph 3. It, the word it, or the subject it, or maybe the object it, refers to A, Malay architectures, B, the main building, C, the Delhi Sultanate, D, the Maymun Palace, E, the residence. Try to get back to the text and check this information. Pause the video if you need it. Very good, we have right there the paragraph number 3, and it says the palace has stunning architecture. It combines. So, this it refers to the palace, in this case, the Maymun Palace. That is the correct answer. And finally, to end this session, the palace has stunning architecture. The closest meaning of stunning is. Esta es una buena pregunta para reforzar un poquito el vocabulario. Recuerden que hay adjetivos que suelen tener sinónimos. ¿Cuál es el sinónimo en este caso de stunning? A, awful. B, fascinating. C, ancient. D, old. E, new. Pause the video if you need it to
check the translator of the dictionary. Very good. The best option or the similar meaning of stunning is fascinating. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time on this webinar. If you got any question, please try to contact me. Si tienen alguna duda referente a este webinar, a la temática en general o en algo que les pueda ayudar, por favor pónganse en contacto conmigo. Con mucho gusto puedo atender sus dudas, ¿vale? Que tengan una excelente semana y no olviden hacer sus tareas de manera puntual. En dado caso que tengan alguna problemática, también no duden en contactarme para considerarlo, ¿vale? Cuídense, quédense en casa y diviértanse. Goodbye.